they're built on a soundstage. It looks like. But.
Yeah, the sets are all great. The backdrops are amazing. The costumes, everything about like the film production wise is like perfect. The score by Toru Takemitsu is very cool. Lots of strings and percussion and.
Yeah, because I was trying to look that guy up. I couldn't find him on IMDb.
Which guy?
The guy that did the score.
Oh, Toru Takemitsu.
Yeah, because I did like the score in the whole movie too.
The second segment is, I mean, Hoichi the Earless is the most impressive segment overall, but Woman of the Snow is probably my favorite one.
This one just screams art, to death.
Art.
But yeah,
like
this one,
I want to be such a fan of art that I get to a whole group of artists and chant art.
but yeah, the story for The Woman in the Snow, the second story is, stranded in a snowstorm, a woodcutter meets an icy spirit in the form of a woman who spares his life on the condition that he will never tell anyone about her. A decade later, he forgets his promise.
Yep. And for you HorrorDrunks enthusiasts who listened to our anthology episode, Randy brought this up because I mentioned Tales from the Dark Side, and you're like, oh, that was lifted from Kwaidan, blah, blah, blah. And I forgot all about that when I started watching this, and she said, tell anyone I'll kill you, or whatever. I was like,
yeah,
oh, fucking Tales from the Dark Side stole this. They stole, and I just want to say his name is Michael McDowell. He got credit for the Tales from the Dark Side story, which he lifted, and he fucking also wrote Beetlejuice.
Well, I mean, all the other stories from Tales from the Dark Side were based on pre-existing work, too. I just don't know that one gave credit to...
It was George Romero and Stephen King wrote a story. And,
yeah, but the other one was based on Arthur Conan Doyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
But it doesn't even reference Kwaidan or anything.
I suppose not.
It's straight up ripped off. But actually, Tales from the Dark Side version is a little bit more mean-spirited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely more gruesome, and the effects are, very cool. Mm-hmm. Some of the more interesting and unique transformation effects of the 80s, when everyone else was pretty much focusing on, body melts or werewolf transformations. These guys gave us a fucking gargoyle. So.
Yeah. This was a really good story, though. I liked it.
Yeah, this one was probably my second favorite of the anthology. I really enjoyed this one. This one, especially, the backdrops were just awesome with the stars looking like eyes. And...
Oh, yeah, the eyes in the air. That's another thing, I kind of wonder if Coppola got a lot of his ideas for, the Dracula eyes in the sky during, the travel scenes of Bram Stoker's Dracula from this, or...
Yeah, because I just kept, staring at that background, just seeing what else I could notice, because, I seen eyes, I think I seen, even lips at one point, and it was just really beautiful, and just, the snow setting was just gorgeous, and... Yeah,
all of the sets and the skylines are amazing, for sure.
But yeah, then the story itself was really good. I, when it gets to the point where, he tells his wife what happens and all that, that's when it goes into the special, they go to the Tales from the Dark Side, story mode.
Yeah, the ending of this one is definitely a lot less mean than the one.
Yeah, because she just
takes the children in and they run off into the night.
Yeah. What? No, she leaves.
No, she threatens him and leaves the children, and just runs off into the night.
Yeah, would have killed him if the children were there. I guess.
Right.
And I'm guessing there might be something symbolic, but he leaves the handmade sandals out in the snow afterwards. I don't know if that's something symbolic or not, but
everything's symbolic.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, especially this movie, seems like there would be something symbolic in every little bit.
Not sure what the symbolism.
Your little vaporizer is a symbol for something.
Yeah.
Robot dicks. Remember?
Good old robot dicks. God damn it. Well, yeah, then we move on to the third story, Hoichi the Earless, which is my favorite.
It's definitely the most impressive and ambitious.
If you're watching it and you're in the 2-hour mark, just wait for the last story at least. It's good. That's why it was 3 hours, but it was a hard watch in some spots, but the last one is worth the watch.
The legend of the Genji Heike clan's last sea battle.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, the synopsis for this is, Hoichi is a blind musician who plays the biwa, living in a monastery who sings so well that a ghostly imperial court commands him to perform the epic ballad of their death battle for them.
It's like Kim Jong-un. of that era, pretty much.
But the ghosts are draining away his life, and the monks set out to protect him by writing a holy mantra over his body to make him invisible to the ghosts. But they've forgotten something. And yeah, this one was just fucking fantastic. I loved everything about it. It was the beginning with the whole, what would you call it, the drawings of the war.
Right.
That was, I just enjoyed the shit out of that, and them like basically singing the story to it. And then
they're the Japanese version of like minstrel storytelling is really cool. I love their like the inflection in their voice and the way that they sing the stories and stuff.
Dude, I went to go see if I could download that because it's very fucking transcendental. I guess.
You want to listen to it while you eat some mushrooms?
Yeah, absolutely.
When you get into it, this monk's just basically at this monastery outside, just playing the biwa by himself, and then you see one of the ghostly apparitions from that war just show up.
What the fuck? You broke my table? Don't do the other panels. Just leave it the way it is, dude.
That was...
What the fuck?
I barely touched that
It's been sitting outside all fucking winter. Damn it.
Well,
why do you score this before so I can take a break because I didn't watch the next movie?
Well, we still have...
Yeah, we have quite a bit to go.
We're on the last story, though.
No,
there's one after this, and we haven't even really delved into.
All right, that's right.
This one yet.
But yeah, this is what
man. Home Depot can expect a visit from me tomorrow.
Now where was I though? The ghostly apparition from the battle shows up and listens to Hirochi playing the music and basically Huichi. But lures him out into the woods, and like that's when they basically the other monks show up or notice he's missing, and
he takes him to the cemetery.
Yep, and then they follow him and see him in the cemetery there, and you see him performing which I loved the setting for this, where he's just like out in the middle of the water, like on that fucking wooden deck or whatever, and just playing for all these ghostly apparitions.
The ghosts, yeah.
And then they decide to protect him from the ghosts because they, like it says in the synopsis, they're draining his life, so they put the symbols all over him, but they forget one specific part, and that is the ears.
His ears.
The ghosts can't see him when the symbols are all over his body, except all they see is his ears, so they end up cutting his ears off.
Well, he just tears them off.
He tears them off.
And the markings he made on his face and body is usually what you'll see on the cover of the movie.
Yeah, that's the poster art.
Yeah, this one was definitely my favorite. I just loved everything about it. I was just
the battle sequence is awesome. It's like I love the way that they shot it silent, except for the score and the backdrops and the skylines. Fucking fantastic. The costumes during all of that.
I love the setting of the monastery. That was like Japanese, like a lot of those Japanese structures of the monasteries and stuff. I love that design.
The cemetery was awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah,
this was really good. I can't talk about it highly enough. But I'll move on to the last one, which is my least favorite of them, which is In a Cup of Tea. And this one has a very brief synopsis. The samurai drinks water in a cup of tea, and he sees the soul of a former samurai. Later, he is haunted by the spirit. That's the synopsis.
Because he drank him.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what happened. But it's basically just like running around trying to fight a ghost, which was kind of cool. Like, I'm going to be a samurai and just pull out the katana and just try to fight, but you can't attack a ghost. Yeah.
Well, it's cool to see the guy, his slow descension, he loses his mind, and, as the story progresses, and I don't know, I don't, it's not, it's a little slow going, but it's I'd have maybe put that one toward the beginning more and not closed with that one. It's kind of silly to close with that after Hoichi the Earless.
Yeah, because that one should have been.
I mean, maybe if they wanted to put it between Women of the Snow and Hoichi, that would have been more appropriate.
Yeah, because that one was also the shortest of the four, too. I think, isn't it?
Yeah, overall. Well, that one, the black hair is really short.
Yeah, because the Hoichi one was the longest, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was just weird. I just couldn't get into it very well.
It's alright. I like it. As with the rest of the movie, all the sets and costumes are fantastic.
Yeah.
And the acting's really good. It's just, it doesn't have much for story. It's just...
Right. It's just a simple plot. and really there wasn't much for me to like take down for notes. Like I said, I had a hard time taking notes on this one, just because like 3 hours long. I never took notes for a movie with subtitles, so it was hard for me to like focus on the subtitles and write notes. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna hopefully just watch this a couple times, but I only got a chance to watch it once. But
well, for the same reason, it's be hard for me to find sound clips for these movies.
The part in A Cup of Tea when the three ghosts appear to warn him that the guy will be back, and he like tries to attack him, but he can't, and then he fights their shadows like that.
Oh yeah,
all of that stuff's really cool. They come back and surround him, and he like traps him in the cauldron.
Oh, yep. Yeah, that was another interesting scene, because isn't that where, like, towards the end, the woman sees him in the cauldron?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much this movie is all these little short stories all in one, so I guess I can just jump right into the reviews unless you guys have anything else you want to say.
No, I mean, I pretty much said everything that I wrote down.
During the speaking of the anthology movies, so yeah.
Alright, well, yeah, for me, I would definitely say with 2 great stories and 2 okay stories, like, I didn't think any of them were terrible. It's just, one of them I didn't really get the concept of, and then the other one was just kind of weird. But the backdrops, the costumes, the settings, the locations, like, everything, like, this was a very art house style movie. I would probably give this about a 7.
Oh, no, I'm giving it about a 9.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's just it's art. Like, if you're a filmmaker and you take yourself seriously...
Any frame of this film could be frozen and made into, like...
A picture.
Absolutely.
A poster or a painting or something.
It's beautiful...
I actually meant to say that, too, like, that you could have pretty much framed any scene from this film.
Yeah. And, the last segment, it was a bummer. But
it's not a bummer. It's just not a good closer.
I know, but
it's really anticlimactic after like the epicness of Hoichi.
Yeah, I mean, it was just still, even the plot line is stupid.
It's thin, but they do a lot with it. They do a lot with a really thin plot line.
Yeah, I guess you gotta give them credit for that. Yeah, and that's only like about the third 9 I've ever scored, so that's highly recommended by me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 8.5.
Watch it on Weed too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, that's what I did.
It deserves every point of that 8.5 as well. I mean, the only thing that really detracts from it is just like the order of the stories. Is it does end anticlimactically. It could have been paced better if they put this one between Moon of the Snow and Hoichi.
Yeah, I think this is like one of the first ones that we've kind of like did a heavy varying on our grade.
No, because I love Thanksgiving. It was
but me and Randy were close to hating that one.
Yeah, but it was way far away from what I said. But I gave it a 9.5, 9.75 or something. Thanksgiving.
Don't do that.
Thanksgiving 4, please happen, please.
So, yeah, on to our next movie or whatever.
Sweet? Really? All right, well, I didn't watch the next one, so I'm taking a break.
So up next is Onibaba from 1964 by Kaneto Shindo. Is that? I think that's what I wrote down. Onibaba means demon woman.
I was saying Onibaba.
That's what I always said. Onibaba.
Maybe it is Onibaba.
No, it's not. That sounds way more Japanese the way you say it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Onibaba.
The music is by Hikaru Hayashi. It's Great score, lots of percussion and strings. Like, it's traditional Japanese instruments. I love that kind of music.
Yeah, fucking really.